Well, Natasha Turak is standing by for us in Dubai. But first of all, let's get over to Rasul Sardar in Tehran. Rasul, we've heard the U.S. versions of events. How are the Iranians describing what happened?
Well, the Iranians are saying that the USA has violated the ceasefire by attacking an Iranian oil tanker near to the port of Jask, and also Iranians saying that not only that oil tanker was attacked, but also another ship, an Iranian ship at the opposite side of the Fujairah city of the United Arab Emirates also was attacked by the American forces. And as a result, then Iran's IRGC's naval forces got engaged with American forces there militarily. And they say they have conducted combined operations against 3 American destroyers. And so they were using various type of ballistic and anti-ship cruise missiles and the drones with high explosive warheads, and also opening fire on the destroyers. And they're saying that based on the intelligence gathering of the IRGC, there has been some significant losses to the Americans, and also significant damage has been inflicted on 3 American destroyers. And eventually, so these 3 American destroyers were forced to leave the area, to turn away. This is what Iranians are saying. Regarding the explosions in the capital of the country, in Tehran, indeed, last night we have heard for a couple of minutes it has lasted, but now the officials are saying that it was the air defense systems that were activated and engaging with some of the projectiles. But so far, there hasn't been any confirmed bombing on the ground in the capital of the country.
So where does this leave mediation and these mediation efforts from the perspective of Tehran? And are we still expecting a response from the American proposal to end the conflict?
Yeah, indeed, that proposal, according to Iranians, according to the foreign ministry spokesperson Ismail Bakai, is still under review. There were expectations that the response could be sent out to the Pakistani mediators yesterday. However, we understand that it's still being reviewed in Tehran. So here, perhaps the optimistic thing is that neither side has announced the collapse of the ceasefire. Indeed, now the parties are accusing each other of violating the ceasefire, but still they are expressing their commitment to the ceasefire, and they want ceasefire to hold. So in Tehran now, that American proposal still under review, and it's expected soon to be sent out to the Pakistani mediators to be conveyed to the Americans. So, and of course, this kind of military confrontations are making diplomatic engagements extremely difficult. So there is already huge mistrust between the two parties, and these kind of developments, events, are undermining whatever is left. So Iranians here are saying that they still hope that the diplomatic engagement will somehow lead to a peace settlement. However, having said that, they're also expressing their frustration, particularly about the USA's, as what they say, unreasonable maximalist demands. So here, Iranians are going to send their response quite soon, but they are saying that perhaps that response is not going to be satisfactory for the USA, as the USA is coming up with unreasonable demands.
Rasul, thank you so much. Rasul Sardar there joining us live from Tehran. Natasha Turak is a journalist now joining us from Dubai. Natasha, what else do we know about these attempted strikes on the UAE?
Well, we know that in the last 3 hours, authorities in the UAE Emirate of Fujairah say they heard the sound of aerial interceptions. This came just after the announcement from UAE authorities that its air defense systems are engaged in responding to missile threats. Now, this comes just after 4 days after the UAE came under renewed attack from Iran. Iran denies that it was attacking the UAE, but UAE authorities reject those denials. Authorities here, say they fielded 15 missiles and 4 drones on Monday night. And importantly, they reportedly it struck Fujairah Oil Industries, and this is the area that right now is apparently coming under fire again. This is crucial because Fujairah Oil Industries sits on the Gulf of Oman right outside of the Strait of Hormuz, meaning that it is vital for being able to export roughly 60% of the UAE's oil exports out to global markets. So by targeting Fujairah, Iran is essentially saying that it can continue to target and threaten vital aspects of the UAE's economic infrastructure, even if it is outside the Strait of Hormuz.
Now, what are UAE authorities saying, Natasha, and do we know of any damage on the ground?
As of yet, no reports of damage on the ground from today. We know on Monday there was a large fire at the Fujairah Oil Industries that injured 3 people at the Fujairah Oil Industries zone. Now, today, all we know is that the air defense systems have been engaged with threats, but we are waiting for updates on that. Now, UAE authorities have strongly condemned the renewed, what it's calling unprovoked drone and missile attacks that it say are originating from Iran, and has described them as dangerous escalation and a direct threat to national security. Iran has criticized the UAE, accusing it of, quote, inappropriate behavior and saying that it is collaborating with its adversaries, the U.S. and Israel. And UAE officials have responded to that by saying that the UAE's relations and international defense partnerships are a matter of pure sovereignty, and that no party has the right to use them as a pretext for threats, interference, or incitement. The UAE has also stated that it reserves the, quote, full and legitimate right to respond to these attacks in accordance with international law.
Natasha, thank you very much. Natasha Turak there joining us live from Dubai.